Dollar Tree added over 8,000 new products in its most recent expansion wave. 8,000. And yet every Dollar Tree haul video you've seen in the last 6 months is showing you the same 10 items. The same water bottle. The same snack organizer. The same candle. But here's the thing nobody is talking about. The items actually worth your money, the ones with real quality at that price point, those are being moved to the back of the store before most people even walk through the door. Not because of some conspiracy. Because they sell out in hours. And the items being left front and center? A lot of them are specifically designed to look good under Dollar Tree's shelf lighting and fall apart the moment you get them home. So today we're doing something different. This is the Dollar Tree new items May 2026 list. 15 items you need to grab before they're gone, plus 5 sitting right next to them that you should walk past every single time. And for each one, I'm going to give you the number that actually matters. Not the sticker price. The price per actual use. Because a $5 item that breaks in 2 weeks isn't a deal. It's just a delayed disappointment. If you're heading to Dollar Tree this week, this is your shopping list. And if you want lists like this every time Dollar Tree drops new stock, which by the way happens every single Tuesday and Thursday morning, hit subscribe right now because we do this every drop. Let's get into it. Item 1. Pastel insulated water bottle. The $5 Stanley dupe test. Everyone's calling this the Stanley dupe of 2026. And honestly, they're not wrong about the looks. The Dollar Tree Plus shelves just got stocked with these 24-ounce pastel insulated bottles in coral pink and mint green, and from 3 feet away, the resemblance to a Stanley is genuinely impressive. The rounded body. The compact handle. The tight lid. It all tracks. But here's what most dupe comparisons miss entirely. The real test isn't aesthetics. It's the insulation window. How long does your drink actually stay cold? A Stanley keeps drinks cold for up to 24 hours. This bottle in real use keeps drinks cold for about 3 to 4 hours. That's not nothing. It's enough for a morning commute, a walk, a light workout. But if you're expecting gym session or all-day performance, you're going to be disappointed by noon. So here's the honest verdict. At $5, this is a genuinely good bottle for light daily use. Buy it for the commute. Don't buy it expecting to replace your Stanley. And the pastel colors, the coral especially, sell out first. If you see it in a color you like, don't set it down and walk around the store. Take it with you. It will be gone. The price per use math here is simple. At $5 for daily use over 3 months, that's less than 6 cents a day. Even if you replace it once a season, you're spending a fraction of what you'd spend on a single premium alternative. Item 2. Be Pure Hand Soap Duo. Let me tell you what's actually happening with this product, because it explains why you might walk in and not see it on the shelf at all. The Be Pure Hand Soap Duo, vanilla cream and sugared pistachio, is not just selling fast. It's selling so fast that some stores have started keeping backup stock near the checkout counter or behind the service desk. Employees pull it back because otherwise it disappears before the afternoon shift even starts. When you do find it, here's what you're getting. The vanilla cream scent is warm and lightly sweet without being one of those headache-inducing sweet fragrances that takes over the whole room. It's the kind of scent that feels clean and comfortable. You'd use this every single day without getting tired of it. The sugared pistachio is a different story. It's more distinctive, a little more noticeable, slightly creamy. It's the one people ask about when they wash their hands at your sink. The foam quality is smooth, not watery, not overly thick. And when you dry your hands, there's a light residual scent that lasts. This doesn't feel like a $1.25 product. It feels like the $4 soap section at Target. What most people get wrong about this item is assuming the sellout is hype. It's not hype. It's repeat buyers. People who found this on the last restock are coming back for 2 or 3 bottles at a time. And here's your inside tip. If you don't see it on the shelf, ask directly. Don't just walk past the gap. Ask an employee if there's any in the back. On delivery days, which tend to be Tuesdays and Thursdays at most locations, this is one of the first things that goes. And actually this connects to something I'll show you at item 9 that works on the exact same principle. Keep that in mind. Item 3. Textured glass cups. Restaurant table on a $1.5 budget. Pick up one of these textured glass cups, find a light source, even your phone flashlight works, and hold the glass up to it. The way this glass catches and disperses light is not what you'd expect from a $1.5 product. It's the kind of refraction you see in higher-end glassware. It makes whatever you put inside look better. Juice looks more vibrant. Iced tea looks like something from a cafe menu. The glass itself feels solid in hand, not light and hollow the way cheap cups usually feel. The texture adds grip, which makes it practical, not just pretty. And the thickness at the rim is comfortable. You don't get that sharp edge feeling you sometimes get with budget glassware. What most people get wrong is buying just one or two. One glass on a table doesn't transform the space. A set does. At $1.5 each, a matched set of 6 costs you $9. That same matched look at Home Goods runs $24 to $35 for. You do the math. When you have guests over, you don't have to do anything elaborate. You bring out this set, pour some drinks, and the table instantly looks more intentional. That's the actual value here, not just the glass itself, but what it signals about the space. Item 4. Ergonomic Garden Pro Tool Set. The grip test that changes everything. Before you buy any Dollar Tree gardening tool, do this one thing. Pick it up. Squeeze the handle. Then twist your wrist slightly as if you're turning in clay or compacted soil. If the rubber rotates around the core, if it spins even slightly, the bonding between the rubber grip and the handle underneath is weak. That tool is going to cause you blisters and frustration within a single gardening session. The Ergonomic Garden Pro set passed that test when I checked it this May. The thick rubber is bonded well. It doesn't rotate under pressure. And the difference from a hard plastic handle is immediately obvious the moment you use it in actual soil, not just holding it in an aisle. The anti-slip texture is more than cosmetic. When your hands are wet, which they always are when you're gardening, hard plastic becomes a serious grip problem. The rubber surface keeps its tackiness even in wet conditions. This means less pressure required per dig, which translates directly to less hand fatigue across a full session. For anyone doing container gardening, raised bed planting, or repotting during peak May season, this is genuinely worth the $5. The ergonomic design reduces wrist strain in a way that hard plastic simply cannot. And at this price, if you're buying one for yourself and one as a gift for anyone who gardens, you're still spending less than a single tool from most garden centers. Item 5. Retin Storage Basket. How to spot the real steel frame version. This one requires a 30-second lesson in Dollar Tree basket selection because there are multiple retin-style baskets on the shelves right now. On the surface, same look, same shelf, same general price range. Underneath, completely different structure. Here's how you identify the real steel frame version. Press the base firmly with both thumbs. If it flexes or bends even slightly under moderate pressure, that's a plastic internal structure. It will deform within a few weeks of holding items. The real steel frame version does not flex at all. You can press hard and the base stays rigid. That rigidity is what gives it longevity. The retin weave on the steel frame version also sits differently. It's tighter and more consistent. Plastic versions tend to have slightly irregular weave spacing because the base frame doesn't hold tension as well during the manufacturing process. At $5 for the real steel frame version, you're getting something that holds its shape in your bathroom, your kitchen counter, your living room bookshelf for 12 to 18 months of regular use under normal load conditions. That's not a single season product. That's a legitimate storage solution for a fraction of what the same quality runs elsewhere. Before we go further, I want to give you one piece of information that changes your entire Dollar Tree strategy for the next 6 weeks. May is the single highest turnover month of the entire Dollar Tree calendar. You have Mother's Day, Memorial Day, and graduation season all hitting within a 3-week window. That means new stock is coming in faster than almost any other time of year, but it's also leaving faster. The window between fully stocked and completely gone on high-demand items in May is sometimes less than 48 hours at busy locations. The practical implication: if something on this list is already gone when you check your store, go back Thursday morning. That's typically when the next truck comes. And check near the checkout counter. That's where employees move the high turnover items to manage the grab rate. Now, Item 6. Item 6. Ceramic mug. The Scandinavian dupe test. There's a very specific design language that West Elm, CB2, and the home section at Target have been selling for the last 5 years. Simple, slightly matte ceramic. Clean lines. A comfortable handle with just enough curve. No unnecessary decoration. That entire aesthetic costs you $9 to $12 per mug at those stores. This Dollar Tree ceramic mug is a genuine entry into that category. At $1.50. Now here's the dupe test that actually matters for ceramic, not the visual test, the tactile one. Run your thumb slowly along the inside rim of the mug. A quality ceramic glaze will feel completely smooth, almost glassy, with no rough patches. A lower quality ceramic will have small rough spots where the glaze is thin or uneven. Those rough spots are important because porous ceramic absorbs odors over time. Your coffee mug starts to smell like old coffee even after washing. Your tea mug picks up tannin staining that won't clean off. The Dollar Tree ceramic mug this May passed the rim test. The glaze is even. The interior is smooth. The rim thickness feels right, not too thick, not sharp. It holds your morning cup and it holds up to daily dishwasher use without showing the microfracture patterns. Buy 3 or 4. At this price, there's zero hesitation. This is the replacement cycle for your old mismatched mugs, done at a total cost of less than $6. Item 7. Greeting cards. The premium hidden section. You've been paying a premium tax every single time someone you know has a birthday or an anniversary. $6 to $10 at CVS or Walgreens for a greeting card is not the market rate for what a card actually costs to produce. It's the convenience tax. You needed a card today, you went to the nearest place, and you paid whatever they asked. Dollar Tree's card section this May has genuinely strong inventory. The paper stock is thick enough that the cards don't feel flimsy when you hand them to someone. The prints are clean and sharp. And there's a specific section, look for it, it's not always easy to find, with 2 cards for $1. Those cards look exactly like something you'd pay $3 to $4 for at a drugstore. The embossed details are the real test. When a card has raised lettering or metallic accents, the production cost is higher. Finding those finishes at Dollar Tree's price point is genuinely impressive. The answer is they're buying overrun stock and discontinued designs from card manufacturers, which means the quality ceiling is higher than people expect. The smart play here is not waiting until you need a card. Buy 5 or 6 in advance, a couple of birthdays, an anniversary, a congratulations, and you've pre-purchased about $40 to $50 worth of CVS cards for $7. That's not a small saving. We're just past halfway through the buy list. Item 10 is coming up, and it's been causing real debate in Dollar Tree communities this year. You'll see why in a minute. Item 8. Sparkling Ice Caffeine Watermelon Lemonade. The $1.25 afternoon fix. At some point in the afternoon, 2:30, 3 o'clock, most people hit a wall, and the default response is either another coffee or something sugary from a vending machine. Both of those options have problems. Coffee that late disrupts sleep. Sugar gives you a spike followed by an even worse crash. This sparkling ice caffeine bottle in watermelon lemonade is a third option that most people haven't considered yet. Light carbonation. Zero sugar. Actual caffeine. And a flavor profile, watermelon with a slight lemon note, that doesn't have that heavy artificial sweetness that most energy drinks carry. The caffeine level is lighter than coffee, which is actually an advantage for afternoon use. You get enough of a lift to push through the rest of the workday or a long drive without the jitteriness or the sleep disruption. Some people have been replacing their entire afternoon coffee habit with this, which over a month represents a meaningful cost difference. Pro tip, chill it overnight before drinking. The carbonation stays tighter when the bottle is below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and the flavor is noticeably cleaner cold. Straight from the shelf temperature, it's good. Overnight cold, it's better. At other stores, this runs $2 to $2.50. At Dollar Tree, it's $1.25. That gap is real. If you've already found this one, drop the flavor name in the comments. I want to know which one you've tried and whether this is now part of your routine. Item 9. Modern White's Teeth Whitening Kit. The backroom product. Remember what I said about the hand soap at item 2, that employees move high repeat purchase items to the checkout area or the back room? The Modern White's Teeth Whitening Kit is on that same list. It's a high impulse, high repeat item. People try the strips, see some result, come back. That purchasing pattern trains employees to place it where it's harder to miss on a busy floor, near the register, near the service counter. The kit comes in multiple formats, which is genuinely unusual for this price point. You have the strips, peel and apply directly to teeth for 15 minutes, then remove. Fast, easy, fits in a morning routine. You have a tablet format for on-the-go use, and a gel option for more targeted application on stubborn spots. What most people get wrong with this is the expectation timeline. They use it for one day, don't see a transformation, and conclude it doesn't work. That's not how whitening chemistry works at any price point. The more realistic picture is a gradual reduction in surface staining, coffee and tea stains specifically, over 5 to 7 days of consistent use. Here's a specific tip that applies regardless of the brand you use. Don't use whitening strips the night before a big event. Use them 3 days before. The enamel sensitivity period peaks at 24 to 48 hours post-application, then fades. 3 days out gives you the whitening effect, without the sensitivity discomfort on the day that matters. At $1.25 to try all 3 formats, the barrier to testing this is almost zero. Item 10. Icelandic Glacial Water. Dollar Tree's most controversial shelf edition. I need to be honest with you about this one, because it's the item that divides people the most. Premium bottled water at Dollar Tree. Icelandic Glacial. A brand that normally sits on the shelves at Whole Foods and specialty grocery stores at $2.50 to $3.50 per bottle. And it's here for $1.25. Here's why the taste difference in premium water is real and not just marketing. It comes down to TDS, total dissolved solids. That's the measure of minerals, salts, and metals dissolved in water. Higher TDS water has a heavier, sometimes metallic taste. Lower TDS water, like glacial source water, has a cleaner, lighter taste, with no aftertaste. That's not subjective. It's chemistry. Whether that difference is worth $3 is absolutely a personal question. But whether the difference exists, it does. The practical advice here is this. This is not a regular SKU at Dollar Tree. It shows up opportunistically when the brand has surplus distribution. When you see it, buy 4 to 6 bottles. Don't come back for it next week expecting it to still be there. It probably won't be. Now, we're halfway through this list. And before we hit the next 5 buy items, I want to reframe how you think about the cost comparison for everything that follows, because the sticker price is genuinely the least useful number here. Here's the only math you need for everything that follows. Take the price. Divide it by how many times you realistically use the product before it stops working or you replace it. That number, the price per use, is the real cost. A $6 item you use 50 times costs 12 cents per use. A $5 item you use 3 times costs $1.67 per use. Every item from here to the end of this video, I'm going to give you that number. And when we get to the avoid section, that number is exactly why those items aren't actually cheap at all. Item 11. 6-compartment snackle box. The summer trip calculator. $6. 6 compartments. Hard plastic. Tighter lid than the basic Dollar Tree single compartment versions. Here's the price per use math. If you use this snackle box once a week from Memorial Day to Labor Day, that's roughly 16 outings. Your cost per use is 38 cents. Now compare that to the alternative, which for most people is a combination of zip bags and small containers that get thrown away after each outing. That approach costs you roughly $1.50 to $2 in disposable bags per outing. Over the same 16 weeks, you're spending $24 to $32 on bags and containers versus $6 on this box. The snackle box wins by a significant margin on that math alone. The hard plastic is genuinely different from the lighter dollar tier containers. It doesn't flex or bow when filled. The lid seals without needing additional clips or rubber bands. And the 6 compartments are sized well, not tiny novelty sections, but actual usable portions for fruit. For families taking this to parks or long drives, The practical value of having portions pre-divided is real. No unwrapping. No searching through bags. Each person knows exactly what's in their section. Compare this to a similar product at Target that runs around $9 to $11, and the value case is clear. Grab it before the summer rush hits the shelves. According to store patterns, these move fastest on Friday afternoons ahead of weekend outings. Item 12. Bug bite patches. The seasonal item nobody can find. Here's a very specific scenario. It's 11 o'clock at night. Your kid has a mosquito bite that's driving them crazy. You need something right now. The last thing you want to be doing is driving to Walgreens for hydrocortisone cream. This is exactly the situation bug bite patches exist for. Stick it on. Done. No cream to dry. No mess. No second application needed for most bites. What most people don't know is that these are rarely in the first aid section during summer. Employees at many stores move them to the seasonal or garden display area because that's where summer shoppers browse. If you're looking in the first aid aisle and not finding them, try the seasonal section near the gardening and outdoor items. The patch is thin enough to sleep in. Kids don't notice it. It doesn't roll off, and the adhesion holds overnight. For adults, it's easy to apply before heading outside so the itch is managed before it starts. Price per use at roughly $1.25 for a pack, you're paying a few cents per patch. Compared to a $4 to $6 tube of hydrocortisone that you use once and lose, the cost math is better and the convenience is better. Buy 2 or 3 packs now. By late June, these will be consistently sold out at most locations. This is one of those items where the window to stock up is genuinely narrow. Item 13. Flameless LED flicker candles. The candle that won the shelf war. I'm going to say something slightly controversial here. The LED candles on Dollar Tree's shelves this May are a better buy than the wax candles sitting right next to them. Not because wax candles don't look nicer in a photograph. They do. But because when you do the actual price per use math, the comparison isn't close. Here's the problem with the Dollar Tree wax candles, specifically this season. The wax amount inside is low and it's not evenly distributed. When you burn them, the wax melts in the center first, that hollow burn effect, and the surrounding wax on the sides never melts. You lose 30 to 40% of the candle before it ever contributes to the burn. The scent throw is also light. In a small bathroom, acceptable. In a living room, you won't notice it from the couch. The LED flicker candles solve both problems. No burn at all. They last for hundreds of hours of use. The flicker effect on the better models is genuinely realistic, particularly in low light. There's no fire risk for households with kids or pets. Specific tip: look for the battery-operated flicker mode option, not the static light type. The flicker mode uses approximately 40% less battery than static on mode because the LED is pulsing rather than running constant. That extends your battery life significantly and the visual effect is superior. At $3 for an LED candle that lasts the equivalent of 40 or 50 wax candles, the price per ambiance hour is no competition. Item 14. Summer entertaining paper goods. The overlooked table upgrade. This one doesn't get talked about in most Dollar Tree haul videos because paper plates and napkins sound boring. But Dollar Tree's May 2026 seasonal paper goods run is anything but boring, and if you're doing any outdoor entertaining this summer, this is worth paying attention to. The seasonal prints this cycle include tropical motifs, floral patterns, and BBQ-themed designs that are actually well executed. Clear color printing. Coordinated patterns between plates and napkins. These look intentional on a table. They don't look like something from a discount shelf. Here's the combination play that works particularly well. Take the textured glass cups from item 3, $9 for a set of 6. Add a themed paper plate pack and a matching napkin pack, $2 to $3 combined. Add a few bug bite patches for the evening. Your total outdoor entertaining setup for 6 people comes in under $12. The equivalent at Party City for a themed setup runs $22 to $28, and the quality isn't better. The strategic value here is in the coordination. Any one of these items is fine on its own. Together, they create a cohesive table that looks put together at almost no cost. For holiday weekends, Memorial Day is coming fast. These theme sets will be gone by Thursday before the long weekend. If you're planning a cookout or a backyard gathering, this is a now purchase, not a later purchase. Alright, you've seen the 15 items worth grabbing. Now I need to flip the script. Because here's something most Dollar Tree haul videos never tell you. Dollar Tree does not randomly place products on its shelves. The avoid items, the ones I'm about to show you, are deliberately positioned near the buy items. The retin basket and the plastic garden tools are in the same aisle. The textured glass cups and the faux glass plastic decor are steps apart. This is not an accident. The strategy is called category adjacency. Put the aspirational item next to the impulse item. The customer who picks up the good basket also notices the decorative tray. They're already in a yes mindset. This is how Dollar Tree and virtually every retailer turns a targeted shopping trip into an unplanned purchase. Knowing this one thing changes how you move through the store. The 5 items I'm about to show you are the ones most likely to be sitting right next to something you already want to buy. Don't let the proximity fool you. Avoid item 1. Plastic solar decorative lights. The one season trap. These look great in the packaging. Colorful. Cheerful. Easy to imagine along a walkway or in a garden bed. And at $5 to $6, the barrier to buying them feels low. But the price per use math on these does not work. The thin plastic housing, and I mean genuinely thin, the kind that starts to feel brittle after a few weeks of direct sunlight, is not rated for continuous outdoor exposure. Under strong summer sun, the shell becomes brittle and can crack, especially at the stake base where the stress from ground resistance concentrates. After a few rainy periods, moisture enters the housing and the LED or the battery connection degrades. The battery capacity is also a real limitation. After the first few charge-discharge cycles, the lighting duration drops noticeably. Lights that started running 5 to 6 hours per night are running 2 to 3 hours by midsummer. Compare that to the $12 to $15 range solar lights at Home Depot. Thicker ABS plastic casing, better sealed housing, higher capacity batteries that maintain output for multiple seasons. The cost per week of the Home Depot option over 2 seasons is roughly a quarter of what the Dollar Tree version costs per week after factoring in replacement. If you need lights for a single outdoor party next week, grab these, use them once, done. If you want something for your yard all summer, this is not it. Avoid item 2. Dollar Tree garden hose, $10. The mid-season replacement trap. 50% off a garden hose sounds like a win. A $10 hose versus the $20 to $25 versions at Home Depot or Lowe's, on the surface. Here's the real math. This hose body is thin. When you drag it across a paved surface or a gravel path, which is exactly what happens in real yard use, the outer layer scuffs and weakens at friction points. Kinks form at bends because the wall thickness isn't sufficient to maintain shape under water pressure. Every kink is a flow restriction, and fixing kinks while you're trying to water is not how anyone wants to spend an afternoon. The connector fittings are the most immediate failure point. After 3 to 5 connection and disconnection cycles, the fitting gaskets lose their seal integrity. You start getting leaks at the faucet connection. In some cases, the fitting itself cracks at the collar where the hose meets the metal thread. For anyone gardening regularly, raised beds, container gardens, even just a lawn, replacing this hose in the middle of June or July is a near certainty. At that point, you've spent $10 on something that failed and still need to spend $25 on the product you should have bought in the first place. Total cost, $35. Just buying the better hose would have cost $25. Avoid item 3. Faux glass plastic decor. The 5-second wait test. Dollar Tree's shelf lighting is genuinely flattering to these products. They're positioned to catch overhead fluorescent light in a way that mimics glass refraction. From a distance of 2 or 3 feet, a well-placed clear plastic decor piece can look convincingly like glass. The test takes 5 seconds. Pick it up. Real glass, even lightweight glass, carries significantly more mass than the same size plastic piece. If it feels almost weightless, it's plastic. That's the one test that overrides everything else you see on the shelf. Why does it matter beyond aesthetics? Surface degradation. Clear plastic scratches from almost any contact, Wiping it with a dry cloth starts the process. The first cleaning after you bring it home, you'll likely already have faint scratch marks on the surface from the packaging. After 2 weeks of regular surface contact, it no longer has the clear, glossy finish that made it look like glass in the store. On a shelf or table, these pieces also move easily because of how light they are. A brush from a sleeve or a slight bump shifts them. That instability makes a curated decor corner look messy, rather than intentional, which is the exact opposite of what you were trying to achieve when you bought them. Save your money. Either buy real glass pieces at Dollar Tree. Yes, they have them, including the textured cups from earlier. Avoid item 4. Dollar Tree barbecue tool set. Don't find out at the grill. Here's the specific failure mode of this tool set, because understanding it prevents a genuinely frustrating experience at the worst possible moment. The tong head is thin stamped metal. Under light load, flipping a hot dog, handling a burger, you won't notice a problem. Under heavy load, a thick steak, a slab of ribs, a large piece of chicken, the tong head flexes inward under grip pressure. Instead of maintaining a rigid clamp, it starts to squeeze irregularly. The food shifts. You grip harder. The misalignment gets worse. The spatula has a blade flex issue that shows up when you're trying to get under food that's stuck slightly to the grill. You need to apply leverage. The moment you apply leverage, the blade bends rather than transferring the force cleanly. Food breaks apart. The piece you were trying to flip loses its shape. After 2 or 3 high heat sessions, the tong alignment is gone. The spring mechanism that closes the tong no longer returns to center, so when you pick something up, one arm is higher than the other. That's not a minor inconvenience. That's a tool that no longer functions as intended. Price per use math: $5 divided by 3 sessions equals $1.67 per use. A decent $18 to $22 tool set used every 2 weeks from May through September over 3 years. The cheap set isn't cheaper. It's just earlier. Avoid item 5. Cooking Concepts kitchen tools. Temporary use only. The Cooking Concepts name sounds like a real brand. It's Dollar Tree's private label designation for kitchen tools, and the name does real marketing work on the shelf. It sounds established. It sounds like quality was considered. The reality is that the plastic and silicone blend used across this line is basic grade material. When you use these tools with a hot skillet, particularly cast iron or stainless steel that retains high surface temperatures, the spatula edge can begin to warp slightly after repeated exposure. It's not catastrophic immediately. It's gradual. But after 8 to 12 weeks of regular cooking, the blade edge is no longer flat. It doesn't sit flush on the pan surface. It starts to catch air underneath instead of sliding cleanly. The handle finish is also a quality gap indicator. High-quality kitchen tools have a smooth, consistent finish at the junction between handle and blade, the point where force transfers during flipping. Cooking Concepts tools tend to show seam lines and slight material inconsistency at exactly that junction point, which is where stress fractures begin over time. For a genuine temporary use case, you're moving, your tools are packed, you need something for 3 weeks, this line is acceptable. For anyone who cooks regularly and wants tools that stay reliable for more than a season, spend the extra $4 to $5 at Walmart or Target for something that will still be performing correctly in 2 years. Here's something I want to leave you with that explains why this video exists at all. Dollar Tree's shelf layout in May is not random. The retin basket and the cheap plastic garden tools are in the same section, on purpose. The textured glass cups and the faux glass plastic decor are steps away from each other, on purpose. The good insulated bottle and the solar lights that won't survive the summer are in adjacent aisles, on purpose. This is called category adjacency merchandising. The retailer places high-value, well-perceived items next to lower-margin, higher markup impulse items. Your brain, already in a yes mode from finding a genuine deal, carries that momentum right into the thing sitting next to it. That's how you walk in for a few specific items and walk out with 15 products, some of which stop working before the month is over. Knowing this changes how you move through the store. You're not just looking for what's good. You're actively watching for what's been placed beside what's good. Quick recap. The 5 items I'd go back for this week: the pastel insulated bottle, the Be Pure soap duo, the textured glass cups, the retin storage basket, and the bug bite patches. Get those before the Thursday restock cycle turns over. The 5 to walk past every single time, the solar lights, the garden hose, the faux glass plastic, the barbecue tools, and the Cooking Concepts kitchen tools. Your wallet will thank you. If you found any of these items already this May, drop a $sign in the comments. I want to know what your store had in stock and whether anything I mentioned is already gone from your location. And next week, we're going inside the Dollar Tree Plus expansion. The new higher price tier that's either the smartest thing Dollar Tree has ever done for its customers or the most misunderstood change in the brand's history. If you've been confused about what Dollar Tree Plus actually means for your shopping budget, that video is going to answer every question. It's going up Thursday. Subscribe so you don't miss it. I'll see you there.